Hello, everyone. I know you're like, where is she? What's going on? How is everyone doing? Yes, this is the wonderful, and I'm talking about myself, Travis Michelle. How are you guys doing tonight? It is hump day. Yes, that's right. It is time for Late Night with Travis Michelle show. Ugly side of the backstory, and you know what we do, right? We talk with our guests who share like challenges that they face as they're getting to success, as they're growing, as they're becoming, right? Because it's so great to see you at the end. I want to know what you went through. I want to know while I'm going through that, oh, this is normal. Oh, I can do it because I see you did it. We need to be able to encourage each other along the way, right? Because we need some encouragement along the way, y'all. I'm just saying. So make sure that you're sharing this out. Make sure that you're dropping comments over here. Let me go to the comment section. If y'all have given permission to StreamYard, then I will be able to shout you out. If not, you're going to have to type in your name so that I know who you are, because I feel everybody should be recognized, because you didn't have to be here tonight at 10 o'clock, y'all. I'm just saying, because, you know, some of y'all have a hard time staying awake and everything. I know, I hear it all the time. And I'm like, really? Come on. But, you know, I'm not that 11 o'clock a.m., 10 a.m. chick, unless, of course, I'm being interviewed, right? And then I have to do that. But otherwise, I wanted to be here, let our hair down or off, have our bonnets on, have your beverage of choice. You know, this is mine, but you know, I got to do everything extra. I got my bling, my Swarovski and all this stuff with my ice water. Let me take a sip. Yeah, because we are going to have a good time tonight with our guests. Oh, I'm so excited. Y'all, we are in for a treat tonight. So please make sure you come out there, you're sharing. Listen to my dog as he decides to have his reverse sneezes in the background. He's fine. He's just upset because he wants to be on my lap. So I had to bring his bed closer. So, you know, he's giving me the eyes and he starts making noise. Anywho, that's my situation over here. That's my situation. Hello, Angelique. I see you, Queen. Facebook user, I see you too. Michelle Anderson, woo, in the house. Good evening. Please say who you are, Facebook user, because it's not sharing your name. So how we do this is, let me put, y'all, I gotta show you something. I gotta show you my new glasses. I'm so excited. Yeah, you know, this is my weakness. Everybody has a weakness. Everybody has a vice, right? Your shoes, your pearls, your purses and all that. Mine is it's glasses. Yeah, I really love my glasses. So anyway, we're gonna get into this right about now. Who is our guest tonight? It is the wonderful Rita Green, who is the founder of Geaux Co. She attended the universities of Southern Mississippi and New Orleans. Rita serves as board member of Mississippi Center for Autism and Related Developmental Disabilities. She is marketing director for the MS Senior World Pageant. Oh, wow. Okay. She has co-authored 4 books, all bestsellers, and is a recipient of several awards, including the 2021 Mississippi Business Journal's Top 50 Leading Business Women and the MSGC Chamber 2021 One Coast Award. Okay, see, I don't have just anybody on our shows, right? You know what I'm saying? Because everybody is somebody over here in this place. What? I'm just so excited. Oh, Brenda Babs. Yes. I'm so glad you're here, Queen. Go drink your water. Oh my goodness. He's like messing up. Doesn't he know I'm on here live? Anyway, we are going to bring into the stream. Hello, Queen. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I am so good. I am so good. I'm just so excited that you're here tonight. Now we read your bio and stuff because we got to get the home, we got to get all that extra stuff in first. And as you guys can you hear my dog over here trying to die
Girl,
on me?
look, I've got 4 two-legged puppies over here. Okay, so it's okay.
I'm like,
It's okay. You might hear mine rear up at any time. It's summer break, so don't be surprised if you hear, bumps in the night over here.
right. He finally listened. I told him to go get some water. And so he goes and gets water, and then you don't come back and he's, doing that again. And he's looking at me. He really wants to be in my lap. And so he's trying to control the situation, but he's not going to. So I am excited. Look, Rita has been on our show before in the past. I think it was last year, to tell you how our relationship started. Um, I had a website, guys. It was an old website. It's my original. When I first started, I was excited. I had a website. I was all, it was supposed to be good. And Dr. Yolanda Jerry, there was something coming on with this show. That's right. It was this show, Kim Jacobs, and who started me on my way as a TV host. And it was a flyer. And I showed it to Dr. Jerry. Oh my gosh. She was like, oh, we can't have you part of our circle going looking like this. So let's go. You need to call and you need to get in contact with Rita Green. And that was it. And so we have been together over a year, and you go to my website now and see it because it's on and popping. And I know it's on and popping when you have a marketing from a major hospital saying, oh my goodness, your website is great. Who did your website? I'm just saying. And that's what Rita does. She does so many things. So Queen, hello, tell us about yourself.
Yeah, well, I'm doing good. Thank you very much for all your kind words. It's not just me, it's definitely God. He pushes this train. I couldn't do it without him. He gave me this brain. And one thing about websites, they're never done. Like, I don't care if you got it perfect right now. When you blow up in the next 6 months, it's going to need to be elevated again. So there's always rooms for enhancements. Absolutely. But yeah, I love your brand. I love your energy. So I'm here.
Yes. And let me tell you something. Recently, right? We were just sitting over there. And she's like, oh, you've already gone to the next level. Uh-huh. This is old.
Like, what is
and I was like, huh? She's like, yeah.
Yeah, it was like my work is old now, so now I need to redo it.
I'm like, okay. And I mean, she literally took me through every single word, every single page. See, this is what excellence looks like, right? And I'm so appreciative for that. And now, when we're business women, sometimes we get so caught up with the tech. Okay, maybe y'all don't, but I do. So it's held me back. I should have my online course out, my collective community, all this stuff, but that tech part. And she was like, well, I'll do your landing pages. And I'm like, oh, all this time, it didn't even dawn on me. But y'all know how it is, right? I'm cervical cancer warrior, and that's part of the chemo brain. So I was like, oh yeah. She's like, give me the information, please, so we can go ahead. And I was like, but I got to do the copy. I was finding.
I'm still waiting on it.
Okay. And she's like, I have a copywriter. Could you just give me the information? And I was like, oh.
We're going to get in alignment.
Absolutely. And it's so good. I want to know what started you on this route to saying web development.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've always been a techie. I've always been a nerd. I've always been part geek. I've just been playing on my talents more so than my gifts, and we do that a lot. So my background started in hospitality, tourism, sales, marketing, so it was always about being bubbly, having the biggest smile, making people feel warm and hospitable, and that worked for a long time, but that'll burn you out. Anything will burn you out if you do it for too long and you don't actually walk in your purpose. So when COVID happened, I got in alignment, and even though we go get in alignment, doesn't mean we're not going to be knocked out of alignment again. It's very easy to get knocked out, probably get knocked out once every few months, maybe knocked out every day, so I just had to get in alignment. I had to get in alignment, and I can break this down for you if you want me to. I had to go to the shop, and then I had to steer clear of the potholes.
Wow. So, what does that look like though? Because it sounds great, but what did it really look like? What does that mean you had to steer clear of the potholes? What were some of the potholes? What were some of the challenges? We dig up in here on Travis Michelle Show.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So any mistake that you make more than once is probably going to become a habit. And once you make a mistake, you need to learn from it. And that's one thing that I didn't do. I didn't do it with my health. I didn't do it with my finances. I didn't do it in my relationships, friendships, associateships. Okay. I just made that up. And if you don't avoid those potholes that are in the road, okay, then you're bound to just repeat the same mistakes that you're making. You got to steer clear of the potholes. Don't serve what doesn't serve you. Be intentional with where you're going.
I like that. I'm going to put that in the chat. Don't serve what doesn't serve you. And sometimes we do that. We're trying to go in paths that is not our lane, because that's what the trend is. That's what everybody else is doing. That's where they're making money, or that looks like that's the right thing. I have to be married because they're all married, or I have to have this outfit because they all have this outfit, or I have to have this same name in a room or your business, right? I have
Yeah.
never seen so many boss up things since I was doing boss up. And I'm not saying that they're copying me. I don't really care. But it's like, oh, I must have come up with something really good. I take it as a compliment, right? And let's keep it rolling, let's keep it moving.
Mm-hmm.
But we have to also know what we're good at. And you're married and you have beautiful children. So how did your husband was he on board with you going into this entrepreneurship? Because when you're a couple, you have to be on one accord, on one page.
Oh yeah. I mean, I've got the biggest supporter of a teddy bear that you can imagine. Like this guy, this guy, I tell people all the time, like I love New Orleans so much, even though I'm from Biloxi, Mississippi. I lived in New Orleans for 5 years. But I tell people that I love New Orleans so much, I got a man from there and married him. Okay. Yes. He's always been my biggest supporter. I mean, when I was working 9 to 5, way before COVID, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, all these years crying like, man, I wish I could just do this for myself. I'm learning what not to do from all these big wigs. Like, I need to do this for myself. And he'd be like, babe, you're going to do it. You can do it. Just put your mind to it. He was always very supportive. And that's important. Like, if you're not in alignment with your partner, that's a problem. You already going to be looked down upon when you walk out your front door. You're already going to be discounted, from your regular retail price when you step out your front door. So you need to make sure that somebody's willing to pay double the value in your own home. And that's what I have. And I had to pray for that. I'm not even going to act like, the first husband is the best husband and the first relationship I ever got into worked and we've been together 100 years. No, it's not like that. I had to go through a lot of trash to get that treasure, and sometimes he cut up, sometimes he got a little itch he wanted to scratch. We all go through things. None of us are perfect. And like he who was without sin cast the first stone. But that's what makes you stronger, when you can learn to accept each other's flaws, when you can learn to grow with one another and accept what each other wants for themselves, because he has dreams, he has goals, and just like I had dreams and I have goals, he supports me and I support him. And that's important, no matter how far fetched. If I would have told him I wanted to sell snails at the seashore to Sally, he would have been like, okay, babe, well, what you need me to do? And that's important. That's very important. So get you one of those.
Oh my,
telling everybody, get you one of those.
Girl, what? Come through. Come through. See, you know what? See, this is the people that I surround myself with. I'm not going to say that all guests are like this, because we will be branching out to people that are not in my inner circle. But my inner circle, this is how we roll. This is how we rock, right? They just tell you 100. And when you're a guest on here, you become part of that inner circle of the Travis Michelle Show. You don't come on here trying to act like, yes, you come on here beautiful. I'm just saying, don't get it twisted. But you're here to be 100. You're here to share the truth. We're here to really help, because we have enough masks and filters.
Yeah, I took off the corporate hat for you today, Travis.
Thank you. Michelle's like, mic drop, mic drop. Hi, Sean Green. Thank you so much for coming in. Yes, we have Constant Woolard, Elder Gail Dixon in here in the house, Dr. Joanne White Hayes. I see you guys. Woo. Make sure you share and share this out. I'm going to just take a let's say about a minute commercial break, and just share with everyone. Thank you so much for showing up on Travis Michelle Show, where we talk about the ugly side of the backstory. We have our wonderful guest. I want to say doctor, but anyway, I'm through. What? Decree and declare.
There you go.
We have Rita Green, who is the founder of Go Fig Co. And you have to go to her website. And I'm going to put it in there too. Hi, Jerica. Thank you so much for coming in, and see all that she has to offer. In addition to that, who am I besides your wonderful TV host? I'm also a speaker. I'm on different stages. At the end of the month, I'll be on the Comeback Champions, hosted by Shay Brown. I'm going to be on a speaking tour. I'm so excited about that. And guess what, guys? Juneteenth, I will be in Atlantic City and I will be speaking. That's huge for me. And as a vendor, so I'm really excited because, God has been saying, it's great that you're doing these other things, but you're supposed to be speaking, right? You're supposed to be sharing your story, right? So I'm being obedient. I'm also the author of ×2 bestselling on Amazon. My latest works is a journal called Boss Up with Confidence Journal. It's a 30-day journal to help you gain back your confidence one step at a time using my walk method. And that's willing participant. A, action steps. L, love yourself. But how do you love yourself? Through freedom. Forgiveness first, which leads to freedom. And then redemption is walking through it. And K, kicking but unapologetically, not apologizing for who you is. And I did say who you is, okay, with my master degree self. Absolutely. That's how we do it over here on Travis Michelle Show. And I'm your expert confidence coach. And what I do is I equip business women to defeat negative thoughts of self-sabotage and imposter syndrome while rebuilding and rebirthing your confidence that you already have, so that you can be successful in your business relationships and in your life. If you want to follow me, join my communities, I'm over on Instagram, definitely Facebook with Travis Michelle, and also Facebook Late Night with Travis Michelle. I'm getting into LinkedIn. Yes, I'm over in those Clubhouse streets as well. So definitely back channel me. Like I'm on Clubhouse. I said back channel. Y'all know what I mean. Anyway, contact me. Also, my wonderful website. I need you to go and check out, but don't leave the show. Use your other phone or something and go to www.travismichelle.com and see my wonderful website. Because when we talk about people and when we're sharing and we're referring people, we need to see receipts, right? We do. And to me, you don't have to have 5,000 receipts. You just need one good receipt. And I got that one good receipt. So just go to my website. Now back to our scheduled show. See, I got to learn to put that in. I just, one reason I really love working with you is that you make me feel so comfortable. You play no games, but we can laugh, we can joke. And then you see how she called me out, everybody, and said, I'm still waiting on your deliverables. I'm like, all right. Okay. But, and the thing that really bonds us is that her foundation is God. And that's something that's really important to me because no matter where I am, where I speak, what I do, I always have to give God credit. I have to. That's the agreement that we made. This is his business. I am successful already. So in order for that to happen, I have to give him his due. And that's what I love about Rita Green. So tell us about your children. Let's because we know you have one of the best husbands out there. We realize we got to now go to the Mississippi Gulf to Louisiana,
New Orleans, yeah.
New Orleans to find a good man. But tell us about your wonderful children.
Yes, so I've got 4 children. My oldest is 14. The next eldest is 13. I've got a 5-year-old going on 6 next week, and I've got a 4-year-old. Yes, the 14-year-old, the 13-year-old are interested in film. I allow my children to be children. They have been exposed to certain things in this world so that they can understand what they're in for when they walk out the front door. I pray a hedge of protection over them every single day they walk out the door. They're dealing with things that I never dealt with at that age. Never, The 2 little ones aren't really aware of some of the things that the older ones are in the world today, but they know how to use a smartphone. And I didn't even have a smartphone when I was like 2 and 3. Okay. They come out the womb just swiping and pushing buttons and so it's amazing. And I say all that because I didn't even want to be a mom. I did not want to be a mother. Oh no, I was like, kids, disgusting. Like, really? I'm so serious.
And how many do you have?
4. Let me go ahead and say this. I've got 4 and 4 possible. So I got like the bomb spades hand. Okay. I lost 4 babies. I had 4 miscarriages and 4 consecutive years, one right behind the other. And I wrote about that in my book, My Walk Past Hell, with visionary author Dr. Yolanda Jerry. Go to my website, pick that up. Um, but I never thought that I would be a mom. I wanted to be this boss, businesswoman. I wanted to be an attorney. I wanted to be a forensic psychologist. Like, I had so many aspirations, and children and being a mom, wife, barefoot was none of it. So it just goes to show how, when God has a plan and a purpose for you, your plans go out the window. Like, never mind if you wrote it on like some expensive paper that you got out of Barnes and Noble's Books a Million. Doesn't matter if you wrote it with $100 pen. When God gets ready to make plans for your life, he will make plans for your life. And it's up to you if you want to answer that call or not. And I chose to do so. Everybody has decisions that they have to make. So when it came time for me to be a mom, I decided to go ahead and answer the call. And I'm telling you, it's the best thing that I could have done. My first two, it was a little rough for them to get here. I'll put it like that. And that's probably going to come in my next book. I'm sure Dr. Jerry is going to push me into that one too. And I've spoken about that on her show a few times about that. But you know, children will love you unconditionally. Children, and you got to give respect. Let's talk about that, okay? Because respect is earned, is not given. Just because somebody is a mama, is a daddy, is an uncle, is a whatever, does not mean that they automatically get that respect. They have to show love so they can teach love, so that that love can be reciprocated. And my children taught me love, believe it or not. I'm not saying I wasn't loved as a child, but there's just a different kind of love that comes from a child. I mean, parents are godlike in the eyes of children. And I can empathize with that because I was a child myself. And when I looked at my mother, that's how I felt about her. I felt like she was just glowing, every time I saw her. And she was so kind and gentle with me, and she listened to me. Listening to your children is important.
Yes.
And even if you don't have children, listening to your nieces, your nephews, listen to the little people, because they will be future adults. Okay, listen to these little people, because and if you don't feel like they're saying anything worth value, remember how you felt when you were little and you were trying to convey a message, and how you were treated, and how did that make you feel. So that's one of the biggest things my husband and I have made it a point to work on in our marriage, is listening to our kids. It's important.
That is so important. And um, thank you for sharing that with us, that you have your angels that are looking over us, and that is so important. And that's a great topic, right? We don't talk about that very often. And my cousin she has 8 angels, and we have then her daughter, which is our Reese. So there's a special place in my heart for women when we go through that, and we don't talk about it, and we're made to feel bad and less adequate. So thank you for sharing that. And also thank you for your 4 babies that you have. Oh my goodness, you're busy, right? I know,
Yeah.
because I can tell you they keep you on toes, because every time I'm like, hi, hey. But and you have a good circle, because hi Katie, I see that you have come through, like Brenda Babs Young. Now I said go on Amazon, because that's just, I was just trying to make sure people got out there. But it's right. You taught me too. I'm supposed to buy it off your website. And see, that's what happens when you have a tight circle. She's like, oh no, Chica, excuse you. And you see, I was disobedient. I made sure, I was like, let me change.
Yes. Well, I give a free gift
Perfect.
too, and I sign it and all that stuff. So yeah, it's a thing.
So please go and purchase My Walk Past Hell at www.geauxfig, which is spelled GEAUX fig.com.
Thank you.
Okay. Absolutely. Yes, that's because that's what we're supposed to be doing. And I see we have somebody else who came on here. Hi, Mavis. Yes, yes. Hello, beautiful. So we're rolling up in here today. So this is what we're talking about. Your title, because you named it yourself. She named the show herself, y'all, because she does my graphics. Everyone wants to know, oh my goodness, look at your graphics for your show. Yeah, this is who does my graphics. When she goes, oh, I have a Christmas gift for you. Meanwhile, I'm going through chemo, radiation. I'm like, what? I could barely think. But y'all, I was still here. You didn't even realize how I was struggling, but I was still here and I was going through chemo, radiation. Granted, I passed out and had to sleep for like 20 hours after I did the show. She's like, here. And when you saw me standing up there and looking all like, yes, for New Year and Christmas, let me tell you something. That was Rita. And you didn't realize what I was going through, right? And she's like, here, Merry Christmas. And I'm like, oh my, she goes, don't open it till Christmas. And I was like, okay. I was obedient though. I was obedient. So, I'm so thankful to call you friend. Can you tell us, before we dig deeper and be more nosy, you hear me, more nosy, can you tell us, where can we find you on your different social media sites?
Yeah, so I'm on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and Twitter as GeauxFig, GeauxFig, and I'm on Clubhouse as Rita M. Green.
Yay! You see what I'm talking about? Okay, Brenda, she's on it. Dr. Yolanda Jury, you heard both of us talk about Dr. Yolanda Jury because
Yeah, I love my boo.
Right, I'm part of the circle, and I'm just so honored to be a part of the circle because they don't let everybody in. When I say these are women of God, but these are real women. Like, they'll cut you and be praying for you at the same time. Just saying. No,
look, one part Peter, one part Paul. Okay, spiritual thug. Like, get it. But I mean, you have to be. And I sent that to a girlfriend today. I'm like, we don't wrestle with flesh and blood anymore. You know, if you got drama with somebody and they look like they're physically in front of you, 9 times out of 10, that's some enemy, spiritual enemy stuff. That's trying to get down in the fiber of your being. So just see it for what it is. See strife for what it is. I have woken up so much. And again, it's because I got in alignment. I mean, I love everybody. We can all just sing Kumbaya. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can all just go down and have retreats and cocktails and, tell stories or whatever we need to do around a campfire. And when it's drama and when it's, negativity, or when it's anger, or when it's, when something's just not right, remove yourself. Get out of alignment with that, because it's going to bring you down. I'm going to get off my soapbox on that.
No, please, because this is a platform. This is where we have those real discussions, right? And this is where, when we're women of God, and that means that's our foundation. It's not about the church. I know folks want to make it that. It's not. But when you have that relationship with God, we should be being honest. We should not feel that, oh my goodness, I don't want to. This is who we are.
And getting offended is, it's coming to me, but getting offended is letting the big toe come in the door. Like, if somebody said something and you're like, oh, if immediately check it, because you getting offended is getting out of alignment. Even if they intentionally did it, if they unintentionally did it, like, just acknowledge, oh, I'm getting offended. And like I tell my kids, oh, no, we're not going down that street. Back up, put the car back in the garage, take the keys out the ignition, because we're not driving down that street today.
We're not driving down that street today. And that's something that we need to, because we talked about this alignment. How are you staying in alignment with being a mom, a wife, and a businesswoman?
I focus on things higher than myself now. And I say now because it wasn't always that way. I was focused on, oh, I'm a mom, I got to do this, I got to do that. The kids are being virtually homeschooled, because COVID just threw everything out of whack. Oh, I got to be a wife. I need to make sure I'm having my intimate moments with my husband. I need to make sure that we're not arguing every other day, right? Oh, my business, I need to make sure my finances are set up. I need to make sure this client's taken care of. When you start focusing all of that, that consumes you. No, you need to focus on things that are higher than yourself. I get on my knees to get high. Okay. I get on my knees to get high. Prayer is what does it for me, and I gained so much weight during COVID. The Lord felt bad for me, because the shower is my place. Let me tell everybody, find you a place, whether that's a closet, whether that's a car, a garage, the shower. It's the shower for me. Okay. Because I'm my most vulnerable self in the shower. Boy, I got on my knees in the shower, and the Lord was like, baby, it's okay. Come on, just go ahead. Because I know you gained all that weight during COVID. I know your heart. I know your heart, baby. I'm from the South. I know your heart. That's how I hear him talk to me. Right. But you gotta get focus on something higher so that you can stay in alignment and that you don't get knocked off by all the bumps in the road. The bumps being a relationship, friendships,
Okay.
associateships, like I said, your clients, if you're at a career woman, a career man, your boss, your coworkers, the consumers that come to your job, the patrons. I mean, even church folk, you going to church. Why are you worried about Sister Mary Clarence? Don't worry about that. If you align with God, she can't bother you. You understand? There's just certain things that let God be the water repellent. So all the drops of foolishness fall off your back.
Oh my goodness. Look, I can't even keep up with folks. April New Hair Gray says stay in alignment. She's shouting it actually. That also is my hairstylist when I had my hair and you saw me with my mohawk and everything. That's who would keep my hair in line and straight. So now I just, I have my baldness. But she taught me how to keep my hair, which is my scalp also. So I thank you so much, April, for being here. And we also have a king in our presence, Bradley Spears. Thank you so much, King, for coming. And we have Sandy Sanders. All right, Sister Mary, I see you. I see you. But and that's true. We have to remember to whose we belong, right? Remember who we are, being true to ourselves. So God knows who we are. So once we're honest with us, then we can walk in that alignment because you can also hear what God is saying to you, right? And it's not the alignment that belongs to you. Your alignment doesn't look like my alignment, but we try, and the church as well, to copy. Mm-hmm. And I don't mean copy like I'm copying your business or something, but model, right? Because what they do, we model it. And every time we model in wrong. Okay. We did that together. All right. That's how we roll up in here.
Right.
And following people who aren't in alignment themselves. But you want to follow them because you think that they're in alignment. You want to be part of the clique because you think that's the clique you're supposed to belong to. And it's not.
Right. Listen, Linda. Listen, Linda. When you are in alignment with the Lord, He will bring to you who you need. Okay, I couldn't see being a brand new entrepreneur. I didn't know if this was the right person, that was the right person. This one's telling me don't work with this one. This one's telling me this one ain't about nothing. No, we can't listen to men. Okay, when I say men, I mean humans. Okay, so I had to get on my knees, and the one prayer that I pray that gets me through and brings the right people to me is I ask God to remove anybody around me who doesn't mean me any good, any hindering spirits, anything that's not supposed to be around me, nobody who means me good. Please remove them because I can't see them. I'm human and I don't have eyes like that. I have discernment, but I don't have His eyes, and He can see what I can't see. He hears what I don't hear. He's in rooms where I'm not there. Okay, so I just ask Him, remove them from me, please. And now bring who you would want me to be in alignment with. Never mind that I love her. Oh my gosh, I'm such a fan of this one. Oh, I would love to be her best bud. Never mind all of that. God, who do you want me to be in alignment with? Because 9 times out of 10, when He puts you in alignment with somebody, that car gonna ride so smooth. Let me tell you something. When you try to get in alignment with people that you're not supposed to be in alignment with, you wonder why it's a bumpy ride. It's because you're not supposed to be in that car.
Right.
Absolutely. So I asked for God to send the car that I'm supposed to be in. Send me the people that I'm supposed to be around. And I really didn't even get that until this year. I was so, truth moment, transparency. I was so exhausted by the end of last year, and I just said, God, show me what's next. 2 years in the game, coming to entrepreneurship, show me what's next. Remove who needs to be removed and add who needs to be added. And I'm telling you, ever since He has, it's just been amazing. It's just been amazing. I mean, I formed a partnership with someone who most people would think is my top competitor, but why would I need to make $100,000 by myself when I can hold her hand and make $1 million? I mean, do the math. Do the math.
Mm-hmm. And that's the thing. It's like we worry about what somebody else is doing. And I had to go through it, and it was harder because going through chemo and radiation and being in this business, and I was at the precipice where, I was ready to jump off. And then it was like, boom, no, you got to go through treatment. And I just, for those of you who are hearing that, is cervical cancer. is my journey, and it's curable, but I'm still going through the journey. But and I had to do the same thing because, can I tell you, I would have been a hot to the mess had I not asked for discernment and alignment and had not been in the right circle. Because when it was time, and for to say I was going to do the show, okay, that was being done. But if I wasn't in the right place, it was like Rita was like, "So who is it today? Who are you going to do it?" I should be doing it ahead of time. And I'm just like, oh, right. Yeah. Okay. Let me. And I'd be sending stuff all late and everything. And she'd be like, okay. And I was like, I know I'm going to do better. But see, she understood her assignment because we were in alignment together and we were growing together. And when I see the growth from last year even to this year with you, I mean, it is tremendous. And she was already on fire, but that next level. And sometimes God has to prune people from our lives. We have to remove ourselves from certain circles, from certain people, whether it's family, friends, whatever, whoever you want to call, so that we can grow, because we're not supposed to stay in that space. And we get comfortable, right? We're in alignment, but now we good. We got this. I know how I'm cruising, right? We're in cruise mode in the car. And then it's like, as oh my goodness, as Bradley was saying, you hit that bumpy road and it's like, oh shoot. Yeah, guys, like, nah, you're not supposed to stay here, right? Let's go. You have more
Right.
work.
Your rims that fell off and everything else. Like, get out the car.
Get out. And the movie, Get Out. So, and we don't want to hear it. So we have to have those people around us. That's why your circle is so, so important, because we can go together. Like you were just saying, who would have thought? Now, last year, if somebody was like, oh, you know what, your competitor, you're going to actually collaborate, well, you'd be like, yeah, right. Not saying it wouldn't happen, but be like, mm-hmm. But you both have to have that mind shift, not mindset. Because if you both had a mindset, you both be going your separate ways. But when you have that mind shift, it opens you up and frees you up for all kind of possibilities, right? Because now look at Dove, they're partnering, and you're like, who are you partnering with? You see different companies, see different people who you thought were so against each other, but when it comes down to that dollar and you want to serve, you work it out. So thank you. That alignment is so good. I want to shout out Mavis. Yes, thank you so much for prayers. Sandy is on here. Sandy Sanders. Bradley Spears says, so understandable, the assignment. And Bradley also says growth, right? Because that's growth. How have you found and thank you for that, Bradley, because we can just segue into that. How do you find the adjustment with your growth from where you were to you were busy to now? Thank God I'm on the inner circle, y'all. So y'all ain't gonna get her like me, because we go way back. But but how have you found the adjustment with your growth? Because as business women, as business men, that can be tough, even in our lives, when going from singledom to being married. Your job, you go from into management or leadership. How has that been for you? What does that really look like? And can you give us some tools for the challenges that you have faced?
Yeah. So first of all, embrace the growth. Embrace the growth. I had a good girlfriend down here who told me when we were working our 9 to 5, we can't be friends if we can't grow together. Okay. And so as I pushed her, she pushed me, and so on and so forth. So get you a squad. Okay. We don't need bosses in our circle. We need intercessors. We need prayer warriors. That's what we need in our circle. Okay. And if you don't know who that is, then go to God and God will bring them to you. We got enough bosses out here,
Right.
We all need to boss up. Absolutely. Get your big girl panties on, honey. And when you get so big to that elastic snaps, then you get the balloon draws. Okay, whatever. But get you a squad, and get you a squad that's so hidden within God that they have to seek him to first find you. Same thing with a spouse, or with a significant other. Align yourself with the right people. The next thing I would say is educate yourself. That's one thing that has grown me exponentially. Like I don't have time to read. I don't have time to pick up this book. Oh, that's a great book. This is a good book, but I just don't have time to do it. I have a library worth of books in my room, in my house. I have books from things that are so popular now that I've had when I was 21 years old. Never knew I was sitting on gold the whole time. So
Oh,
you just have to be intentional with where you want to be and how you want to grow. I have a checklist that I do on a daily basis. I have a checklist for my business and I have a checklist for my personal life. Am I drinking water? Have I spent enough time with the kids? Have I been nice to my husband today? You know what I mean? Have I given him a massage today? Um, have I gotten on my elliptical today? Did I eat healthy today? Did I read at least 20 minutes today? Have I prayed and have I meditated today? So that's called being intentional. Because at the end of the week, when you turn around and you look at that week and you saw that, yeah, you prayed 2 out of 5 out of 7 days, or you spent 1 out of 7 days with your kids, and you got all X's from your spouse because you argued every single day, it's time to make some changes. It's time to grow, unless you want to stay where you are. You know, the definition of insanity is to continue doing the same thing and expecting a different result. So we got to
absolutely.
get out of that.
Absolutely. You know, look, do I need to say something? Oh, it's my turn now. Okay, say something because drop the mic. We need to let that simmer a minute, right? I know we're on live and everything, but we need to let that simmer. That's why I put it in the feed and then threw it up on the screen. Checklist, like for your business and for yourself. And I didn't say she didn't say checklist with 5,000 things on them because you're not going to do that. But those 3 to 5 things that you're gonna like, yeah, I need to do that. Like one, when I get up, I like, whoa, even as soon as I become conscious, like, thank you, God.
Period.
I don't have to have this long prayer. You're gonna lose me praying for like 5-10 minutes. I'm done. You know what I'm saying? I didn't zoomed
You
out.
can't come to church down here.
I be like, look, in the South, that's what they do. I be like, oh Lord. Now I'm over here like thinking of what I'm gonna do, and you know what I'm saying? But just saying thank you, God. And there's a time when we go really in,
Right.
but just waking up and thanking God so that He's responsible for your day. And in the way you wake up, because I've been waking up in pain. Like a lot of people don't like, I look fab. I know I do. Thank you.
Girl, you
Thank
do.
you,
You
God.
rocking that green today, honey.
But you don't realize that I have been in pain every single day since I was in surgery, a surgical procedure, a biopsy last Tuesday, but I showed up. Right. So we don't have to look like I struggle. And that's what being in that alignment. I'm not saying that because I want people to be like, oh my, I'm gonna pray for you and that kind of thing. No, because I want people to understand we need to give each other grace. And you need to start with giving yourself grace, right? So being in alignment is not just, everybody I know, they get on here and you're Christians and y'all Christian folk. I'm Christian too, but I'm just saying y'all Christian folk and you want to drop 50 million, 100 Bible verses. Just say thank you, God, right? How about that? Jesus wept when you can't say nothing else. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And then you can go on because he knows our heart. But we got to take off the pomp and circumstance to walk in that alignment.
Yeah, I mean, look at it like a video game. Round 3, round 4. I'm 38 years old in a few months. So I'm on like round 14,000. If you take 365 times 38. All right, so I wake up every day and I'm like, up round 14,782. I mean, every day is another opportunity. Like tomorrow could be the best day of your life. Tomorrow could be the best day of your life. Like, thank God that you're here. And, those of us that are not here, because I've always struggled with this. And this is another transparent moment. I've always struggled with, well, I'm so grateful to be here. But what about the people that didn't wake up? Am I better than them? No, they did what they needed to do. Their time is done. We all have an expiration date. Okay.
Right.
So when you get up, you should look at life with zest and say, there's something else I'm supposed to do today. I wonder what it is. It's like a scavenger hunt every day. Like, what am I going to get into today?
Exactly. Y'all, let me tell you something. You better be proud for every day. And you know, it's sad that sometimes to get to that point, we have to go through something
Oh yeah.
pivotal in our life. Why do we got to wait until that? And I'm guilty. I'm raising
Oh,
all my
likewise here.
okay,
Here.
right? And now it's like, oh yeah, make yourself priority number one. All right, that's right. Be thankful for every day. Oh, you know what? I don't have the bandwidth for this crap today, so you know you got to miss me with that. That's what I say. And as my daughter says, no, no, no. You know that energy you giving me, you don't want me to give you that energy back if it's negative, right? So you better miss me with that. So you know, because we need to be able to have that space where we can laugh, we can smile, even in our pain, even going through. I,
Yes.
you know, because people ask me all the time, you speak with such confidence, and you know, aren't you? And you're going through your cervical cancer journey, curable. But how can you still smile and be so happy? Because a lot of times, people that are going through, they're not. They're going through divorce and other things, and they stop smiling. I can't stop living. God said I shall live and not die. I am now too. My light is bright. You can't muzzle me. You're gonna get tired of me. Yes, I'm gonna be on here with my bald head, my eyelash, because y'all know I love my eyelashes. So my eyelashes, yeah, you know, I'm looking cute because I am. This is what a woman of God looks like. This is what we look like. Not that we have to have, you know, our old lady white stockings on. I'm
Don't
not
do
saying
it. Don't do
nothing.
it.
I'm just
Do
saying.
it. Are we talking about the ushers? Nah, come on.
No, no, we ain't on just not just the ushers and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But you know, and I like to laugh and have poke fun. And yes, I'm a Christian, so I can do that. All right,
Of
so
course, God has a sense of humor. I mean,
exactly.
he's got to be looking down like, wow, Rita, really? Again? Whoa. You know, you think hugging that toilet saying you're not going to drink again is going to make me help that hangover go away? Absolutely not, because you're going to do it again in 6 months. Watch. Like, he has a sense of humor, you know?
Right, right. And,
Yeah.
and being real, that's how we help other people.
Mhm.
That's how we stay relatable. I don't have the time, like I said, or the bandwidth. That's why everyone that is invited on here now, I'm really, you know, it's people in my circle, and my circle is pretty big. But even, you know, I want to make sure that I have those who I don't know personally, that I have an interview with them, because there's a certain energy you have to come on here, and it doesn't mean you have to have the energy I have, but you have to have a realness. You have to be willing to be transparent, because the community that's on Late Night with Travis Michelle show, we're about learning, we're about growing, we're about laughing, we're about praying, we're about making sure, you know, hey, God is number one. We're about singing, because when April came on here, I'm shouting you out, April, she sang, you know, and she doesn't, you know, when I say she sang like
Sang. There's a difference.
SAAAAANG, you know, because she sings with like Mark Hammond, Mark, I called him Mark Hammond then, because I'm thinking too many people, Fred Hammond and others. You know what I'm saying? She's on albums and stuff, and I was like, you think you could sing? But you know what? If I hadn't asked, she wouldn't have sang,
Closed mouth
right?
don't get fed, so.
Exactly. So I said, I was like, Rita, you think you come back on for me? And she's like, of course. So if I didn't ask, but see, we're in alignment, right? And you want to stay out of my range of fire, because my braces, I am on fire. I'm like, I'm trying to turn my head so I don't spit on you guys, because the dog choking, I'm spitting on you. But that alignment piece is so important. And you know, I thank you for coming on and sharing with us, because the our comment section, we have been like on fire today. I'm just so thankful to all of you. Katie, your energy as well. Bradley, thank you, King. You know, I love to acknowledge our kings when they come on here, because that's what we have to do. We have to put our arms around our kings. We have to say
Yes.
that we love you. We have to say that we're going to support you. I know my audience is women, but I have men in my audience as well, and they come back because they're like, yeah, because you don't have drama. No, I don't have drama. We love you. You know, it doesn't mean you don't get on our nerves, but I know we get on yours too. You know, it's only fair. We're in alignment though with that. So, Rita, can you give us some final words before we go?
Yeah, so I'm gonna give you 3 steps to get in alignment. Okay. And so number one is acknowledge your imbalance. You have to acknowledge the imbalance. Okay. Getting out of denial is the first step. It's wobbly, it's shaky. If it's a business, your relationship, your marriage, your friendship, your job, whatever that is, if it's wobbly, if it's shaky, if it's just not doing what it's supposed to do, then 9 times out of 10, you having an imbalance. It could be due to inadequate planning. It could be sketchy relationships, lack of self care. You don't want to acknowledge what's wrong. You're in your own way. You're in your head. Just acknowledge, number one, that you're in alignment, and you're gonna have to do that. Probably every day. Like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm out of alignment today. I'm waking up wrong today. What's going on? Or I was having a great day today and I ate a piece of pork and now I'm just horrible. Like that was me, like I know I'm not supposed to eat it. Right. So number two, now that you've identified the fact that you are out of alignment, go to the shop. Go to the shop, whether that's identifying your safe spaces, whether you focus on that higher power, whether you pull up, get out, you have to wait, right? You need to sit down and shut up once you go to the shop. We don't go in the garage with the people that's fixing our car. They make us sit in the waiting room. So once you go to the shop, whether that be getting in front of God and saying, hey, this is what's wrong, I need help, give it to him, let it go. If that's soaking in a hot tub and putting a book in front of you or playing Candy Crush, let it go. Okay.
Not Candy Crush. That's my
Candy
favorite.
Crush. I took it all the way back to the Candy Crush. Okay. I have like over 200 apps on my phone. That's a whole nother segment though. Anyway. And then number three, steer clear of future potholes. Okay. Because again, making that same mistake more than once indicates the possible formation of a new habit. Don't serve what does not serve you and be intentional. You went down these roads before. There's a pothole right there at that corner. Why are you going to race over it as if you're not going to get out of alignment again? So be intentional with your creep.
Did you? You did not just. She did not just say.
Yeah.
I'm sitting up here trying to type it in, and you just said be intentional with your creep.
Be intentional with your creep. Look, when there's potholes all on the road, are you just going to go racing over them? Or are you going to just take your time, go down that road, go to the left, go to the right? Okay, you're going to make sure that you avoid them at all costs. Take your time. There is no race. There's no race in life here. Yes, you have an expiration date, regardless if that's tomorrow or 100 years from now. Just, hey, it's a marathon. Take your time. Take your time.
Thank you. And let me tell you. So we have, and y'all look, if you weren't here in the beginning, you didn't know. I bought some new glasses out. Y'all know about my pink ones, right? And that's my vice. So let me just take a moment. Yeah, I know they're hot, right? So number one, y'all don't expect me to be serious, right? One, acknowledge your imbalance. Get out of denial, right? Get out of your head, but you have to be present and know what it is that you need, that you're out of alignment so that you can get into alignment. Number two, go to the shop. That means focus on your higher power. Sit down and shut up, right? How is God going to work with you, hear him, if you just running at the mouth? If you sitting up there, okay, I know somebody's going to get mad at me, quoting your 500 Bible verses when he's trying to talk to you and pour into you and download what you run in your mouth. I'm just saying, okay, let me go to the next one. Number three, steer clear of future potholes. Don't serve what does not serve you. Be intentional, right? And that's something that we have to always be mindful of. Don't get caught up on the train, because I do. Though I was like, "Ooh, what's the next thing?" I've been trying. I know. Okay, I'm gonna tell y'all. I know that she's sick of me. With should I say with Kajabi? Should I go to Thinkific? Should I go to Kajabi? Should I go to Thinkific? Oh, I'm looking at Mighty Networks. Oh, you know what I mean? And I had to sit myself down. And she was like, yeah, okay. She's very patient with me. And then I had to go on, do my research again, right? But I had to shut up. I had to sit down and then say, okay, now we're going to go with Thinkific, and I'm going to stick to that. Once you've done your 3 steps, then you have to put the work in. You have to be intentional about it. I just want to thank you, Queen, for being here. Please, again, give us your website and how we can find you.
Absolutely. And thank you for having me. You're amazing. I mean, when you started fighting this next battle, warrior, princess, queen, okay, when you started fighting this battle, what did I tell you? I was like, this is what's next. You thought you were doing like the biggest, baddest thing. And God was like, oh no, you have no idea. Just wait. It's amazing what he puts us through so that he could get some glory out of it, man. It really is. Yeah, but everyone, you can catch me on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter at Go Fig. I'm also on Clubhouse as Rita M. Green. And thank you, Brenda. My website is www.gofig.com. For those of you who can't see the show but are listening, it's spelled GEAUX as an X-ray, FIG.com.
Thank you so much for that, Brenda. Look, Brenda, I think I need to, I feel I need to like send you a gift or something because you were definitely helping me over here. Hi, Barbara. Thank you so much, Queen. We really appreciate, I appreciate everybody who has come in today, tonight and commented. Thank you so much for that, who are going to share this out. For going back on the replays, if you're in replay, just put in hashtag replay so that we know that, we've had a replay. I am Travis Michelle, your international bestselling author, expert confidence coach, TV host of Late Night with Travis Michelle show, and speaker. So make sure that you join my communities on IG, LinkedIn, Facebook. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I always forget to say that because now, I'm over here. She's going to help me because I got to get my thumbnails and all that right. But anyway, the thing is that you start. That's right. The most important. Just start. It may not look the prettiest, but
don't have to. Do the ugly start.
Do an ugly start. That's what I do all the time. But you know what? I'm out here. I don't want you to give up. Rita does not want you to give up. We're telling you to be intentional. If you would like to be a guest on Late Night with Travis Michelle show, please shoot me over on Instagram DM so that we can head up an interview. Sandy, I'm waiting on you. Michelle Michelle Benjamin is going to be our guest next week, who is breast cancer warrior. Yes, and she's the mental health. She's just graduated with her mental health certificate. So I'm just so excited to have her on next week. Make sure that you send yourself some love. While you out here trying to love on everybody else, I need you to love on yourself because you are important. And that's what we do over here at Late Night with Travis Michelle show. I thank all of you for your prayers and your kind words as I'm going through my journey. But y'all know this. God got this. Y'all may have heard cancer, but I heard curable. This is Travis Michelle, your expert confidence coach. Y'all know how it goes, right? Y'all ready for it? Okay, I thought you were. Too much for some. You know that already. Did you get it? Okay. Not enough for others. That's your personal problem. But guess what? I'm always just right for me. So make sure that you enjoy your week, enjoy your night, enjoy your day. Stay safe out in them streets. Until next Wednesday, Late Night with Travis Michelle show, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Oh, everybody has comments, so I'm going to go ahead and give a second here and give your comments, right? Because everybody needs to have some acknowledgement because we're all important. Thank you, guys. Good night.
Good night.